Everybody. Lately, I have been seeing a lot of people say that they prefer um, Breath of the Wild over Tears of the Kingdom, and I kind of agree with them. Here's why. First of all, it's not nostalgia, and I very do like Tears of the Kingdom. I still play it to this day, and I have about. Here, let me check real quick. I spent 645 hours in Tears of the Kingdom. I've done 9 playthroughs of Tears of the Kingdom. But I have to say, I really do prefer Breath of the Wild. I recently replayed Breath of the Wild. I didn't 100% it, but I gotta say that even not 100% I still like Tears of the Kingdom more. Well, not Tears. Oops, sorry. Breath of the Wild more. But okay, and so I gotta say that I actually do like the story of these games. I know that's controversial, but I love these stories. They're simple, but they're great in my opinion. But I think that Tears of the Kingdom belongs in a place where Breath of the Wild's story didn't even happen. Mainly due to the fact the story has a lot of plot holes in it. Like, this is supposed to be a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild. Zelda is in the past, and she eats a secret stone. She turns into the White Dragon, which makes me question who was there to steal Calamity Ganon 10,000 years later. Like, I think this is a paradox, because it doesn't make any sense. I like Tears of the Kingdom, but I love Breath of the Wild. I spent 25 hours in Breath of the Wild. It took me 25 hours to beat the game. And it took me my first Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. That took me 115 hours to complete. Mainly due to the fact I tried to 100% and it on my first playthrough. I got all the shrines on my 7th playthrough. And on my 8th playthrough, I got at least 60 of the shrines. Speaking of the topic of shrines, let's talk about shrines. Okay, let's go. I really like the Breath of the Wild shrines, mainly due to the fact they're so complex with their puzzles. So, if if you ask me, I definitely do prefer the Breath of the Wild shrines that, since their puzzles are complex, my dumb brain can't figure them out 90% of the time. And my mom tells me I'm smart, and I can tell you every fact about geography, but still I have a dumb brain when I shut it off. And now, I do not like the Tears of the Kingdom shrines. I don't get their praise. People mainly like the shrines mainly due to the fact they have a different aesthetic than the Sheikah shrines. And I can agree, I really do like the green aesthetic of the Zonai more than the blue aesthetic of the Sheikah. But I don't like these shrines. They're so simple. Oh, I mean, I like how they make them so simple that my dumb brain can figure them out. But still, I don't like it. And now we go to Link's abilities. Link is not Zelda. You play as Link, even though the princess is Zelda, so this might be confusing to new players. Oh yeah, expect major spoilers. I should have said that sooner, but still. Okay, Link's abilities. Ultra Hand, I don't like Link's abilities in Tears of the Kingdom, but I really do like his abilities in Breath of the Wild. I love Magnesis, I love Remote Bombs, I love Stasis, I love Cryonis, I love all of them. But Tears of the Kingdom, these abilities aren't really my favorite. I don't like Recall. I don't like Auto Build. I don't like Ultra Hand. And I don't like Fuse. I don't like Ascend. Mainly due to the fact Recall and Ascend allows you to cheese a lot of stuff. And Fuse basically makes you an unstoppable force by letting you fuse stuff to your weapon. But it also is a bad mechanic because after you break your weapon, it feels like you wasted the material on the weapon. And Ultra Hand, I like that it's like building and stuff. But I don't like Minecraft. I don't like building games. Yeah, I don't like building games. I don't like Ultra Hand that much. Ultra Hand is an amazing ability that's not for me. Now, to compare that to Magnesis, it's so simple, and I love that. Say says I like being able to freeze time more than rewinding time. Remote bombs, I like blowing up enemies. And plus, you have infinite bombs. Cryonis, I like that I don't have to use stamina when I go over water or something like that. And now we're on the topic of story. Spoilers, major spoilers ahead. Breath of the Wild tells a story of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon. Calamity Ganon was a primal evil that purged the land into evil every 10,000 years. The last 10,000 years was when they were victorious. The ancient Sheikah built ancient machines called the Guardians that could shoot out laser beams, and a divine beast which could shoot out bluer laser beams and could basically obliterate Ganon. Anyway, the princess with the full Triforce at hand. If you don't know what the Triforce is, and bad for you, I guess. And the Master Sword with an ancient hero. Now, I think the ancient hero is Azonai. That's controversial, I know. Okay, so then 10,000 years later, er, a fortune teller in Daya village tells of a revival again to the king and queen. And they start preparing, like getting all the Sheikah tech out of the ground and stuff. They unearth the Guardians and the Divine Beast and find new pilots for them. Urbosa, Daruk, Mipha, and Rivali. And also the person with the soul of the hero, Link, you play as in the game. And Zelda is supposed to be the one who who has the full Triforce. She sucks at praying at awakening her power, so this basically doomed her kingdom. Anyway, like Calamity Ganon revives, and they're about to use all the cool machines on them, but and no, Calamity Ganon corrupts them all, and he destroys almost the entire kingdom with it, until Zelda was able to awaken in her sealing power, but this also almost killed Link, so he has to recover for fucking 100 years in the Shrine of Resurrection. Anyway, she seals Ganon, and then 100 years later, you wake up you go across the Great Plateau, which is, by the way, better than the Great Sky Island, and you you collect a few weapons. You go to Kakariko Village. You go to Hateno Village to get the camera from. Then you go to Lanayru to fight Bonabruta, and then you go to to Bantha to fight Meadow and take it back from Calamity Ganon. And then you go to Val Rudania, take it back from Calamity Ganon, and then go to Val Naboris and take it back from Calamity Ganon. Then with all the divine beasts on your side, it's time to awaken your memories. And after you awaken your memories, Zelda tells you that you have to go beat Ganon now. But Impa says the princess does not yet know that you don't have the ancient sealing sword yet. So you go to the Lost Woods to get the ancient, like the Master Sword, and then you need 14 hearts, and then you get it, and then you basically kick Ganon's ass. He gets sealed once again, and Tears of the Kingdom tells a story about Kingdom of Hyrule founded instead of Calamity Ganon. Ganondorf tries to purge it into evil, but then, surprise, surprise, Volru seals him and then 10,000, and then 100,000 years later, Link and Zelda accidentally awaken him. Um, Link wakes up on the Great Sky Island after his arm was kind of cut off. He wakes up with a furry arm. He gets 4 abilities. He talks to Ghost King. Wait, this is basically just for Great Plateau. He jumps down to the overworld, and then he goes to Lookout Landing to talk to Purah instead of Impa this time. He's directed to the same 4 regions. You're directed to go to Rito Village first, and I did that, and I didn't do that on my first playthrough. I went to a water temple first. So then you go to Rito Village. You save a burrito from the blizzard. You go to Eldin to save a Goron some drugs, I guess. Then you go to Lanayru to free the Zora from pollution. And you go to the Gerudo area to save the Gerudo from a storm. Like a literal sand shroud. Oh, at least the events here, like what's happening in the regions, is more complex than that's going on in Breath of the Wild, but still. What's the point? I don't like it. Why is it reusing the exact same storyline? Anyway, you go back to Lookout Landing, and this is where Tears of the Kingdom story kind of goes off in its own direction compared to Breath of the Wild's. Anyway, you see Zelda in Hyrule Castle. Oh, you fly to Hyrule Castle, then it turns out, oh, surprise, surprise, this Zelda was just a clone that was made by Ganondorf. And you fight phantoms of Ganondorf, and you basically kick their asses. And then you're directed to find a fish sage. You go to Kakariko Village, you take pictures, and then you show them to his own eye archaeologist. You go to Faron, get at a pharaoh pharaoh outfit. What? Then you go to the stormy Dragon Head Islands, and then you go to Dragon Head Island, the end of the archipelago. Oh, and you fly to this mysterious cave. You're down into the depths, and you basically do fetch quest for Minoru, which is the fish sage. And then you find out that Robert killed himself, and that Zelda's in the past, and now, oh shit, I have to go get all those memories. But before, you have to go to the Great Echo Tree and save him. Then you go around the world collecting memories from geoglyphs and finding out Zelda was stuck in the past. Until you find out that she turned into a dragon woman, and so, yeah. It's basically the exact same storyline as Breath of the Wild. Well, and then you beat Ganon's ass after you get the Master Sword. So yeah, it's basically the same. No, you have to. You're gonna have to kill Master Koga to update this mission. The mission destroy Ganondorf, and I honestly always kick Master Koga's butt. Anyway, you kick Ganon's ass. So now we're on to gameplay. Now I'm gonna be honest here. I like Tears of the Kingdom's gameplay more than Breath of the Wild's, but that doesn't mean it's the better game. It's overwhelming. It's simply too much. There's too much shrines. There's too much content. There's just too much. Breath of the Wild, simplicity is the key. And also there's rocks everywhere, like fallen sky rocks. It makes me not be able to even take everything in. Ugh. But when I play Breath of the Wild, but it's nice to take everything in until a guardian tries to kill you. But now that I'm a Breath of the Wild pro, I know how to kill those easily. Alright, so that's basically gameplay. Gameplay done. Now we're going on to to be the objective called Shrine. Well, no, we already did Shrines. What other category? Huh. Uh, oh, oh. Uh, okay. This is going to be a bit. It's This is going to be a bit long. Okay. All right. But now we're talking about the new content added in Tears of the Kingdom. I don't like the Zonai devices. I really did like the Sheik attack. I miss the Sheik attack, so that's why I see myself going back to Breath for a while more. But then, and again, this Nintendo tried their best. Yeah, I don't like the Zonai devices, and plus you have a limited amount, and I don't like Ultra Hand, so I don't. So I'd rather just use the already built devices, but I can't use that, so I always use auto build. Gathering enough Zonite to use auto build, so I don't have to stick every piece together. Auto build is probably my favorite out of these abilities, even though I think all of them suck, including auto build. Okay, I miss the DLC. I'm surprised that TOTK isn't getting any DLC. Nintendo says it's because they used up every idea in this world, and I'm like, fuck that. Even the fans can think of a way of putting DLC in Tears of the Kingdom. So yes, if you ask me, Tears of the Kingdom is not what it could have been. The game is unfinished, but in conclusion, I think this game is amazing, but I simply prefer Breath of the Wild. And this might be my criticisms from my amazing experiences with Breath of the Wild myself. Some would say that I had to take a step back from my own biases and look at the game for its own unique work of art. And I agree. I agree with most of the negativity that Tears of the Kingdom has received, but that never stopped me from loving the game. So I like Breath of the Wild more, but I still love Tears of the Kingdom. I highly recommend you play both games. And also, one of my smaller biases is that there's no shrine on Shrine Island. There's no shrine on Shrine Island. Yeah, it's it's weird. I know. So thank you all for watching. Bye.